If you are a female entrepreneur going through an evolution right now, you are in the right place. My client Carol was going through the exact same thing. She had spent many years being a fitness trainer and her audience perceived her as that. But when she came to me wanting to do a brand shoot, she really wanted to shift out of that identity and more into the coaching space. So the goal was to get her clients to perceive her as a coach, a leader, an expert in mindset and transformation. A little backstory is I first met Carol at a networking brunch, and if you know Carol, you know her energy is something that can be felt instantly. And what I love most about Carol is that she's constantly evolving. She is constantly redefining what is possible for her, what she's capable of, and she knows when she identifies what that is, that she needs to take bold action to make that come true. And part of the reason why she booked a brand shoot was to do just that. She wanted to reinforce this new identity of being a coach for herself. She had already seen it in her mind, and now she wanted to bring it to life through photos. But I knew that the photo shoot had to capture both sides of Carol, because Carol is extremely fun and lighthearted and silly and playful, but we also wanted to portray her as an expert. So balancing these two different personas was a priority for me. Carol was the focus of this shoot, so we did not need a lot of props or scenes. In fact, I wanted to keep it really simple with clean editorial lighting and backdrops in her brand color to really isolate Carol and make her the main focus. Every shoot with Carol is honestly a blast, and I think that there's something so important to be learned from her, and it's that when you do your due diligence and you get really clear on what your next level looks like, you can show up as her effortlessly. So her and I did a lot of digging into what her next level looks like and who she needs to be, how she needs to show up now to embody that. Once you've done all that discovery work and you're really clear on what that looks like, you can show up at the shoot really unbothered by the details and just allow your light to shine through. Sounds cheesy, but it's true. My guidance to Carol was to include a lot of movement and expression, which reinforces her philosophy that deep transformation can still be really fun and magical. And this is why I do a lot of the brand discovery and planning in my photo shoots, is so that you can show up in your most potent energy and just have fun. It's not your job to be thinking about the details, and a lot of the times when we are thinking about the details and we're overthinking, that's when the photos really fall flat. These photos have helped strengthen Carol's personal brand tenfold. She uses them for a number of different things, including her website, headshots for speaker applications, reel covers, on her Instagram. I've seen them come up everywhere, and I have posted them everywhere too. And honestly, this is one of my most commented on shoots ever. The amount of engagement and leads I get from Carol's shoot alone is insane, and I think it's because you can really feel her energy in the photos, and that's why people message me 24/7 and are like, I want Carol's photos. And I'm like, okay, well, you can't have Carol's photos exactly, but there's a process and we could do that process. Really, the main goal of my photo shoots is to not only capture where you are, but capture who you're becoming. And I believe that the latter is actually more important, because as female entrepreneurs, we are constantly innovating. We're constantly putting stuff out there, and it's hard to keep up. It's hard for our content and our visuals to keep up. So we need to be really forward thinking and like, not who am I today, but what type of business owner do I want to be like 6 months, a year from now? Because when you hit those points, you're not always going to have time to create new content. So this way you're going to have a large archive of photos that's really going to speak to that next level, so you have some longevity with your content. 10. So I want to hear about your evolution. If you're ready to step into that next level, get in touch at the link below, and I will see you for my next behind the scenes videos, because I'm going to be doing these a lot more because they're fun and I like them.